5 reasons you're not blossoming into who you were created to be. The first reason has nothing to do with sitting in the bathtub. Unless, of course, you blossom best, which means you come most alive and you feel happiest when you're sitting in the tub. In that case, if you are not blossoming, it's perhaps because you're not spending enough time in the bathtub. Actually, I did get an email from a She Blossoms reader talking about why it's so hard for her to blossom. And here's what she said. I'm trying so hard to blossom, but I just can't get anywhere. That's the problem. She's trying so hard to blossom. How many flowers sit there and try, oh, I'm gonna try really hard. Feels kind of strange to do that in the bathroom. But I'm gonna try really hard to blossom into who I was created to be. Flowers don't try hard to blossom. We try really hard to accomplish something or do something, write a book, for instance, which is what I'm doing, or save a relationship, or find a new job, or figure out what you want to do with your life, or overcome COVID. Sometimes if you are trying too hard, you actually tense up and you become so full of anxiety and desperation that you can't actually get what you want. If you are trying to blossom into who you were created to be, maybe stop trying. Maybe just start letting go, relaxing, sitting in the tub, and just being. The second reason you may not be blossoming into who you were created to be is that you haven't learned how other people heal. Maybe you've actually learned how other people grow and blossom and move forward, but you haven't actually tried it. So you haven't explored different ways to grow forward and become who you were created to be. For instance, this is how I blossom into who I was created to be. I've somehow learned how to say hallelujah anyway all the time. But this isn't the only way. Another way that I've blossomed, this is my flute. I didn't want to open it up and put it together while I was in the bathtub in case I banged it. But I play the flute pretty much every morning, and I'm not really blossoming into a flautist, but I am learning how to be more creative in different ways. It's opening up different pathways in my life, in my brain, that aren't directly related to me, for instance, writing a book, but they are changing me in ways I can't even really pinpoint. Try different things that you may not know for sure would work, but possibly could. For instance, making a YouTube video. I had no idea how much fun I'd have making YouTube videos, and actually a half hour ago, before I started making this video, I didn't know I'd be sitting in the bathtub making a video about how to blossom into who you were created to be. It just sort of blossomed, and that's exactly the whole point, is that you're not supposed to blossom by, wow, how am I going to make the best video? I don't care about making the best video. I just kind of care about having fun and doing something different and amusing myself. And for some reason, I find it kind of amusing to be sitting in the bathtub with various things from flutes to toothpaste. And for me, this helps me blossom. Just trying different things that you never would have thought that you should try or that you could even do, and just see what happens. Have fun with it. The third reason you're not blossoming is you haven't found your and yet. Or if you found it, you're not living it out. For example, my sister stopped talking to me, and it was extremely painful, but it didn't kill me and it didn't devastate me. Another example is I had to rehome my dog, and I was able to make a video about it and write a blog post to help other people cope with having to rehome their dogs. So the idea with an and is that you have your bad thing that happened, and you found a way to move on, or you found something else to hold on to. So if you haven't found your and, that means you're stuck on the one side. You're stuck on the, this sucks and I hate this, I hate my life, I'm never gonna get through this. You're stuck there, and you haven't found your and, which is gonna transition you into the next stage of life. So what could your and be? I love this purple stuffy, and I love this rubber ducky. Fourth reason you're not blossoming into who you're created to be is you're not listening to your body. You're not taking a deep breath. When was the last time you took a deep breath? It feels so good. Take a deep breath and just listen to what your body needs. Do you need a nap? Do you need to get out and get some exercise? Even if it's pouring rain or freezing cold, go out and walk around a little bit. I walk every morning at 5, and as soon as I leave the house, I immediately start to feel better just because my body needs to be moving around and active. How do you need to take care of yourself? Do you need to have a bath? Do you need to brush your teeth? Not that I'm working for Crest. Do you need to go and eat healthy food? I don't know, but get inside your body, listen to your body, and it will show you, it will help you move forward in some way that will help you blossom. The fifth reason you're not blossoming into who you were created to be is one of my favorites. Well, it's from one of my favorite books. It's called Kitchen Table Wisdom, Stories That Heal by Rachel Naomi Remen. And this is what she wrote. This is one of my favorite passages. One of her patients, a woman with ovarian cancer, told me this: "Before I got sick, I was very certain of everything. I knew what I wanted and when I wanted it. Most of the time, I knew what I had to do to get it. I walked around with my hand outstretched, saying, 'I want an apple, I want an apple.' Many times, life would give me a pomegranate instead. I was always so disappointed that I never looked at it to see what it was. Actually, I don't think I could have seen what it was. I had the world divided up into just two categories, apple and not apple. If it wasn't an apple, it was only a not apple. I had apple eyes." So sometimes if you lose something, or you really wanted something, or you're trying really hard to get something that you haven't gotten yet, it's possible that you're too focused again on, I want that apple, I want that bathtub, I want that X, Y, or Z, instead of seeing what else is coming into your life and flowing with that. I didn't get an apple, and I got a pomegranate. So those are just 5 reasons that you may not be blossoming into who you were created to be. I encourage you to think about your own possible reasons, the possible things that are holding you back and not letting you move forward. And don't blame the world or diseases or other people or your grief or anything bad that has happened to you. Try to take responsibility for it, because the only way that you're actually going to move forward is if you recognize how you're holding yourself back. Take good care of yourself, because you are worth taking good care of. Mwah! Wasn't that one? Oh yeah, I don't need that anymore. The toilet's over there. If something that I toss out goes in the toilet, one of us is not going to be very happy, and it's not going to be me. It's my favorite.